Hey, this is Mike Swanson of WallStreetWindow.com, and welcome to my web browser. I'm on the Google Finance website. I'm going to set something up on here that I believe is going to really help you out with your own investing and trading. What I'm going to set up is a portfolio on here that's going to mirror what I'm doing with my real money in my real investment and trading account. And as time goes on, I'm going to show you what stocks I'm buying, what positions I'm buying, and just as important, how I'm managing my money. We're going to go beyond simply stock picks to, how to really maximize your account and manage things, because most people just hand out stock picks. I'm going to do a lot more going forward, because I believe right now we're going to reach a critical investment opportunity in the stock market in the next couple of months. Talk about that in a second. But right now, what I'm going to do is set up this portfolio. And because this is Google Finance, I'm going to make a deposit, a cash deposit today to start this account on here. And it's July 24th, 2012. And I'm going to type in this number. Okay, and what that number is, that's the balance in my main investment and trading account. It's about $200,000, and I'm actually going to put in a deposit by the end of the week to raise it above 200. Now, a year ago there's like $800,000 in there, and the year before that, at one point there's about 1.1 million. So where did that money go? Well, I took that money out of the account to invest in some businesses I'm involved in, to do some building construction, make loans to the business to get things going, and that money's starting to come back, and these companies are starting to make money. So that balance will grow over the next couple of weeks, and hopefully, years to come. So anyway. I'll be talking about that number and how we're going to make it go up through the stock market too. But that's what we're starting with here, and that's the only thing in the account. No individual stocks right now. I've been in cash now, I think since April. I took a stab there in gold stocks and got out. So now I'm sitting here and I'm waiting for opportunities to invest in. And when I define investing, I'm talking about trying to hold stuff for over a year. I do some trading too, but I'm really looking forward to investing in the market, because I think some huge opportunities are going to come in the fall. This is a chart of the S&P 500. It's been in a correction since April, and the global markets have been in really bear markets for the past year and a half. In some cases 2 years, with China and some of the emerging markets. Gold stocks been declining for almost a year now. So the U.S. market's been the strongest thing out there, and I think it's about to break down and follow other stuff down. It looks like the European debt crisis is about to blow wide open again, with trouble coming in Greece next month, and in Spain now, bonds for Spain yielding 8%. The Spanish stock market made a new low today. Markets all over are rolling over, and I think it's going to drag the U.S. stock market down. Right now, the U.S. market's bouncing off this trend line. Hopefully, it can go up a little bit more. But the bottom line is, right now, the market is kind of in a short-term limbo, which is good for opening up this or starting this open portfolio with you, because I want to do it in a position where we can be looking to do something. I don't want to just start this up and say, hey, I got 100 stocks already, or 10 stocks already, or whatnot. I want you to watch me enter positions and show you how I do that, and the real thinking process about it. So anyway, right now we're sort of in this limbo where the market peaked out the other week at 1375, went down to 1330 just about today, and hopefully it can bounce back up. But I really think the upside for now is pretty much done, and if some miracle the market got up to 1400 or something, great. But I think probably what's going to happen is we're going to see the stock market at least test the May lows here, and I really think it could actually even go down to 1200. If you recall, last year in July the market fell apart and dropped in a week from about almost exactly where it is now, down to all the way to 1100 over Greece blowing up or getting scary in the headlines. The same thing can happen again. So if the market does happen to bounce, so what I'm doing this right now, I'm waiting patiently for that type of drop to buy stuff. I'm going to show you in a second what I'm planning on buying. But if the market were to bounce back up, and it could, the Fed meets next week, Apple's got earnings after the close today, something could happen to make the market go up for a couple days or back up to 1375. I may consider betting against the stock market if that were to happen with the STS Ultra Short Fund, which trades against the S&P 500. So the market were to drop, that fund will go up. So that's a potential trade I might do with this portfolio, with my account. But if that doesn't happen, then I'll probably be just sitting back and waiting to take some big, serious, long-term investment positions when the correction comes to an end, sometime in the fall. It could even happen as soon as September. And there's a few markets that may bottom out even in August. So that's why I'm setting this up now and not waiting till later on. Now, let's just assume it's September right now and the market's dropped and global markets have dropped and it looks like now's the time to buy. Here's, for the moment, what I'm thinking of doing. If that was the case today, this is what I would do. Whoa, go back. This is what I would do with my account. If I wanted to divide it, if I took that $200,000 and said I'm going to divide that up into 4 things and buy them with the intention of holding them, what would I buy it in? I'd invest a quarter of the money in gold stocks. I'd invest a quarter of the money in energy and shipping stocks. Then I'd take a quarter of the money and buy individual European stocks with low valuations that are paying dividends. Stocks in Greece, stocks in Spain, stocks in Italy, and so forth. And then I'd take the final quarter of the money and put it into exchange traded funds. So if you took $50,000 and picked out 5 ETFs, that'd be putting $10,000 in each of those ETFs. These are 4 to mention that look interesting. GNT, that's an energy stock, commodity ETF paying a 10% dividend. GRK, it's a tracking Greek stocks. TUR tracks Turkey, which has an extremely low cyclical PE ratio, is actually outperforming almost every other stock market in the world right now. So I think it's in a position to do really well once this correction's over with. EWI, Italy, and so forth. And here's one thing I'll talk about, is later on, I'm sure. But that $200,000, just depending on how things play out, what happens, I may go on margin with that, for a period of time. Now, with the idea that, I'll get off margin by making deposits or taking profits. So that's something I won't be afraid to do if I think it's worth taking those kind of risks for the potential returns. And that's an important thing I need to tell you about that portfolio. Even though it's got $200,000 in it, in my mind, I have more money than that. So if I were to say some, bad shit happens and I lost half that money in that account and lost $100,000, to me that wouldn't be like losing half my money, because I've got all this money invested in other businesses that's coming back and so forth. But this is just where I'm at now. This is about real trades, doing real stuff. This isn't about black box investing or someone handing you stock picks or whatever. We're going to navigate these markets together. I really think finally, we're about to get some times when it's really exciting to be at the stock market again. Some real opportunities are coming. Look, there's been markets like Greece, gold, different European markets. Look at China, that was so hot a couple years ago. There's markets across the world that have been in bear markets for 2 years. They're going to form stage 1 bases, and they're going to enter new bull markets. The U.S. stock market, I do think, I don't think it's going into a bear market, even though I was talking about how it could drop, in a correction. But I don't think it's like 2008 or 2000 or anything like that. I think a correction will come, and when it's over, it'll go back up. But the thing is, the way different markets are positioned based on their charts, based on the fact that these things have been in like bear markets for 2 years, gold stocks for a year, and the valuations of these other things are so cheap, when the correction's over, I really don't think the U.S. market is going to be, as a whole, as individual stocks is a different story, but as a whole, I don't think U.S. stocks are going to be as exciting as what we'll see happen in other markets in commodities for the next couple years. So that's why I'm not really talking about U.S. stocks here. So anyway, I think this is going to help you a lot. It's going to be real fun doing this with you, and I've got other things I'm planning on doing to beef up my premium services and take them to a new level. What my goal is, I already got 2 goals here. I said one of them, help you out as much as I can, but I really want to take things to a new level with what people are providing their readers and subscribers and members on the internet when it comes to the financial world. Everyone has just got these newsletters, and you know what I mean. I just want to do a lot and show you that this stuff can be for real. That making money in the stock market isn't about having a black box or some computer system that you don't even know how it comes up with stuff that you bought from somebody, but it's about really investing in the right things and at the right time. And when you got stocks that are paying like 10% dividends, GNT is a fund paying a 10% dividend, okay, and it's investing in energy stocks and gold stocks. I mean, that's a great investment when it turns around, and there's just opportunities like that all over the place. I mean, it's amazing, and we're going to talk about this in a lot more detail as things unfold, and it's going to be neat. So I'm glad you're here to be a part of this, and I'll be talking to you later on.